We don't always communicate that when we're communicating. Meaning, we have an upset, we have a challenge, and instead of saying, I want to get out of this lousy feeling, I want to feel better, we say, you screwed up. I want you to stop that. Does that make you feel better? Sometimes for a little bit in the moment, but isn't long term. You know what else? Sometimes we make ourselves feel better in the moment, but we do it in a way that makes us feel bad in the long term. Either we feel bad about ourselves, or it makes them treat us in a way that we'll probably feel bad later on. How many would agree? So here's our goal in communicating from now on. To feel better, to make sure the people we around feel better, and to produce the result. So in the future, we feel better. Does that make sense? We don't want to just go around expressing our emotion. We don't want to say, well, I don't want to suppress, so I'm just going to unload on you because I have a language pattern I learned in fortune management I can use. We're not going to endorse you unloading on anybody ever again. What you're going to do is, before you talk to anybody else, if you're upset, you're going to find out, what do I really need to feel better? Would that be a useful thing to know before you started talking to somebody? Because if you know what you need to feel better, then you can ask for it in a way that's elegant. Because you're also going to find out not only what do you need, but how can I get my needs met in a way that supports my relationship with this person? Good question. You know what the difference is in the quality of people's lives? Quality of questions they ask. Some people ask, why does this always happen to me? Other people say, how can I make this work? Other people say, how can I make this work and enjoy it? Who's going to have the most fun? Yeah, the third person, plus they're going to get it done. Some people say, how can I get this done, enjoy it, and cause the other person to enjoy it? They're asking a better question. Ask and you shall what? What we're going to do is ask better questions before we communicate and therefore change our entire lives. But first, we got to know the purpose. I got a question for you, though. Question is, are you presently communicating in a way that really makes you feel better, makes you feel good? Are you doing that consistently? Yes or no? Some of you it's no, some of you probably is yes, right? Some of you, well, it's yes most of the time, but a few times no. Where it's a no, what do we want to do? We want to know, hey, I got to change the way I'm communicating so I feel better. And the second question is, maybe you are finding a way that makes you feel good, but that's not success. Real success is, are you also communicating in a way that makes the other person feel good? No, it doesn't always have to feel good the moment you say it. Sometimes feeling bad is okay for the moment, but in the long term, does that make the person feel good or bad? That's what we're really concerned with. We want to feel good. We want to make sure the other person feels good. This is our goal, okay? And if we're going to make that happen, we need to realize that communication works well except when we're stressed. The real time we got to deal with our communication is not probably day to day. It's probably, well, unless day to day we're stressed, I should correct that. When we're stressed is when we usually screw up our communication. How many would agree with this? So I have a question for you, and that's what I want you to write in your notes right now. I want you to be honest with yourself. How do you communicate when you're stressed?